Welcome back everyone, my name is Steven, and in this video you're going to be seeing a headliner being removed out of a 2010 Volkswagen CC. This headliner was completely apart, it was saggy in many areas, and I'll post a picture here on the side of what it used to look like before. Now let me tell you that there are some sprays out there that you could buy and spray on these headliners, especially on the cars that you see maybe a small area towards the back of the rear window or on the sides where it's starting just to sag. You can spray it on there and re-glue it. Well, honestly, I've tried a product like this before and it just does not look good. And after a while, the adhesive seeps right through. And that's why I didn't hesitate. I called a professional to get this job done. So in this video you're seeing right now, this gentleman spraying adhesive on this headliner material that came out of the car. Now I wasn't here when he removed the fabric, the old fabric off the headliner, but I believe he removed it and scraped off a lot of the residual glue that was on there. And now what you're seeing is him spraying the headliner with some kind of special glue that will adhere to the headliner material that he's going to use to rewrap this headliner. Now he does have a lot of experience, so I feel confident in saying that this job was professionally done. So if you are in the Central Florida area and looking to get something done like this, he does offer a 3-year warranty. Give him a call, tell him the year, make, and model, and I believe usually it takes about 1 to 3 hours, give or take. This is a peek of like what his mobile truck looks like with all the different types of fabric materials. Does have different colors and textures.
All right, it's looking nice.
Getting there.
Now I'll tell you, I don't know why cars don't come with this type of fabric, but this is like top of the line fabric. The foam backing is so thick that it probably is not even questionable if it adheres to the headliner material, because it's that thick. And with that being said, I will say it improves the sound, better sound insulation, better temperature insulation. It probably lasts a lot longer. It covers all the imperfections in the headliner material board itself, and overall it just gives you like a luxury feel on your car. And I could tell you that from experience, because after I installed it on the car, I was very pleased. The car just felt a lot better, very much insulated. Felt like when you were driving, those, we'll say, less wind noise. Car was black. The car is black outside, so there's definitely a lot of less heat concentration in the cabin. And overall, it's just a better quality of material. After the headliner has glued, you can see that he goes around the entire headliner with a razor blade and starts trimming off the excess areas. Now watch me ask him how long he's been doing this.
How long you been doing this, Bill?
Oh,
A long time?
since I was 19 years of age.
Wow.
I actually started doing headliners about 22, something like that.
For yourself, like as a business?
For, no, for other people. As a business. But they were the old style headliners with the bars and stuff like that. For years I did mostly vinyl tops. And then, about 10, 15 years ago I converted mostly over to headliners. Now I don't do any tops.
How many of these do you do a day?
Oh. All depends on what they are and where they are. Plus my age.
Gotcha.
If I do two jobs in a day, now I'm a tired.
I gotcha. Well, I tell you, you definitely took this one out fast. I mean, I've done plenty of headliners, but I've never done replacing the fabric on them. I just remove and install. And I done, yeah, to me the four-door sedans are the worst.
Yeah.
Alright, so did you all hear that? He said 1998. No, wait, 1988. He said since 19 years of age. This man's been doing this for a long time. So I definitely hired the right guy. He's definitely got a lot of experience and comes with a lot of knowledge. And that goes with like a lot of other things too. When I'm working on vehicles, you want to hire the right person. Some things are just out of your reach. Like, for example, just because you can get a used windshield doesn't mean you should try to install it yourself. I mean, what's it going to take you? 4 or 5 hours, if that? You may end up cutting yourself, some severe injuries. You never know. Hire a windshield repair guy. Your time is valuable here, guys. How about upholstery? Say you have a cut in the bottom seat cushion of your seat. Are you gonna try to tackle it yourself just because you watched several videos? Honestly, it might be more cost effective to pay somebody than spend your time in doing that yourself. It might not even come out as great.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I bought this car only like 3 months ago. I saw it on the side of the road, and I mean, I drove by it every day on my way home from work, and I said, I wonder what's wrong with that thing. And all I see is the glass has got a piece of plastic bag over it. So I go to his cover and leaves, dust, you name it. Anyways, long story short, I called the owner, and she's like, oh, it's the oil pressure light is on, the window won't go back up, it doesn't start, it's got a flat tire. And she's like, I don't know. She's like, I'm asking, she's like 1900 for it.
And this is me pretty much giving him the short version on how I stumbled upon this car. If you're interested in knowing a little more, I'll link right above. And this is the part where I tell him the price.
I walked away with it for 1400.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The oil pressure light was a faulty oil pressure switch. Cost me 18 bucks.
Yeah.
And the Windows was an electronic problem. Took me hours to figure out and multiple wiring diagrams to look at.
And the rest is history. Well, if you want to hear more about that story, the link is right in the description box below this video. And if you're enjoying this content, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe if you want to see more about my upcoming videos. Let's talk about headliners, because this is what this video is about. You're seeing him here cutting the excess fabric that he didn't use for the headliner here. So whatever is not going to fold or tucked underneath the headliner material board, he's just cutting. You don't want to leave too much excess fabric, because then you're gonna have a hard time whenever you try and button the thing up in the roof of the car. Remember, what holds this thing together is the C pillars, the A pillars, and the B pillars. So you want to try to not have a lot of stuff wedged in there, because it might just not seat correctly where it should go. Anyways, I would actually argue that this fabric feels so premium. In fact, I would say that, if I recall correctly, I think the most expensive car I ever worked on was a Maserati. And I would say that this, after he got done with this and installed it in the car, I would say that this feels so much better than a Maserati headliner. At least from like the one that I worked on back in the day. We're talking about maybe, I think it was like 2013, somewhere around there. I don't know, I haven't sat in one of the latest Maseratis now, but that's just to give you an example. But anyways, he's also was telling me that lately he has been making a lot of his money from working on Volkswagen headliners. So Volkswagen owners out there, so I'm pretty sure that if you stumble upon this video, it's because you're needing a headliner on your CC or your Volkswagen Passat or your Golf or your Jetta. I actually searched it before actually giving them a call, and it does turn out that it is a common issue with the but other than that, he's done a pretty good job. You can see him taking the razor blade and cutting a small line and poking holes and just trimming around it. This is where the vanity lights are gonna go, where your sun visor attachments is gonna come out on. He's pretty good at what he does.
You know what?
I like it.
You
You
know
can tell
how
it's
it
better.
is?
Yeah, but you can
Yeah.
tell it's better material than the one that piece of crap it sat on.
Well, now that you're not going to feel that heat inside, it's just in the sun. It shows you. If this was a lighter material, I wouldn't feel hot at all. Just lets you know what black does.
Alright, so let's recap here, and I'll let you finish watching the rest of the video so you can get to the end result and see it all for yourself how it came out. So obviously he started by removing the headliner. On this Volkswagen CC, he did it without taking out any of the seats. In fact, the only seat that he moved the seat back all the way down towards the back was the driver's seat. This headliner came out of the driver's rear. You can see him here showing me how good and how it feels. 75 to 80. I don't recall the exact temperature on that day, but he was telling me how the sun's been shining on that the whole time and it just doesn't feel very hot. After he removed the headliner, he took it out, opened up his little stand, and removed the actual old headliner, which was pretty much coming off anyways, and then he scrubbed it down with a brush. If you do have some kind of attachment that hooks onto a sander, to a drill or something like that, make sure you use that, but you got to make sure that the core where the headliner is going to be installed is thick enough that it would withstand that the aggressiveness from that brush. After that, you just pretty much sweep it all out or vacuum it all out. Then you saw the first part of the video where he was starting to spray it with that new adhesive that he's going to use to glue this new headliner fabric. After that, he just pretty much flattens it out, all the flat areas by hand, and then he starts cutting and trimming the rest of the areas where he's not using. And then lastly, he's just cutting every single hole that we need to be cut out, just the same way that it came out. And that's pretty much it. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the video.
Well, I'll tell you what. Upholstery shops don't like doing Volkswagens, period. They especially don't like doing these cars. There's taking them out of the car and getting them back in, you can get yourself in real trouble on it. But we do them. My daughter was down in Miami. She had 2 Volkswagen dealers, and she...
Yep, he's right. Interior, exterior, suspension work, engine work, transmission, you name it. Volkswagens are not real fun to work on. They suck. Straight up. While you continue to watch, enjoy some ugly sagging headliner pictures I'll throw here on the side for you. And just like that, he was able to get this headliner inside the car without taking any of the seats out, the center console, or even the back glass like some repair manuals suggest. Now, do you want to take a guess why that is? I'm going to take a guess and say that the foam backing, like I mentioned earlier, is so premium that it really doesn't matter if you tend to fold the headliner board once you're bringing in the headliner into the car, because it's not going to crease. The crease is not going to stay there. It'll just disappear once the headliner is installed in the vehicle. There's another reason why this is the one to get. If you're thinking about doing this for one of these cars, this is the type of fabric you want to put on your new headliner. And this is why I said before that the headliner actually improves the quality of the ride. You feel less road noise on the cabin. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, I think this car should have came like this from the factory. It looks phenomenal. It came out awesome. The color combination on this car, beige with black. I mean, the car comes already with two-tone seats, black and beige, two-tone leather panels on the doors. And having the C pillars, the B pillars, and the A pillars all in beige with the door handles, the sun visors, and the black headliner, I think it looks phenomenal. If I were to buy this car again, and even if it didn't have a headliner issue, I'll pay just to get a rewrap like this. That's how awesome I think it looks. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please click that like button, subscribe for more of my upcoming content. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this combination. You'll see me in the next video, and best to you.